All right, welcome to the Oh No podcast. I've already bumped the microphone in the first 3 seconds. That's all right. Let me try to move and get kind of comfy here in frame because I don't have much room. All right, I think that's good. So, welcome to the Oh No podcast. This is something I've been wanting to do for a bit. I'm going to move the microphone again. Hopefully it doesn't sound like shit, but I need to scoot a bit. Or I guess I could just move the camera, right? Does it want to move? It doesn't want to move. That's all right. That's okay. You know what? This is how the Oh No podcast is supposed to start. Fucked up and not right. So, welcome. There's a podcast I've done already a few episodes of, but I like the name. I used to do it in just kind of a sketch format, like an audio sketch form, just by myself. I would do like kind of an improv sketch, you know. I described the same thing twice. I do that a lot, by the way. You're going to hear me say the same thing over and over in different ways. And that's just me trying to feel good about, I didn't explain that well enough. Maybe if I say it again, then I'll feel good. No, feels exactly the same. That's the definition of insanity. Okay, so, we're here. Like I said, I did a few episodes of this with a few friends of mine, and it was a lot of fun, but that was a few years ago. And I just wanted to kind of do something a little bit more, I don't know, low-key, something a little easier, I guess, and this is just me by myself. Maybe I'll have some episodes of guests on or something, but I like the idea of just making a short little, however long podcast I want. I mean, it could probably be 10 minutes or, I don't know, an hour, whatever. I like long podcasts, 2 hours or so, but it's okay if it doesn't work out. I'm going to try to make this available on YouTube and maybe Instagram. I might use one of my old, street profiles, the ones I used for, photography. Look at that. Oh, no! I'm knocking down my lighting, stuff. It's my, if I ever want to act drunk, I can just do that really quick. Yeah. This is highbrow comedy! Anyway. So, hopefully I didn't blow your ears out. I'm trying to work out the kinks with this, the framing, the audio, the lighting, obviously, and whatever the fuck I'm supposed to talk about. So, anyway, I'm supposed to, I'm going to try to make this available on all sorts of profiles, like, platforms, all sorts of platforms, like Instagram, YouTube, that's probably it. I was going to do SoundCloud, but I don't know. What do you guys want? If there's anybody out there who's actually watching this, just tell me what you're watching it on, and I'll upload it there. I won't change it, you know. Maybe should I get the microphone closer? I feel scared. I'm just gonna put the microphone closer, just because I wanna. So anyway, the first thing I asked on my Instagram before I started doing the podcast was if anybody had any questions for me. And I figured let's just go see if I have any of those ready. Now, with this being said, I did expect a few people to have a few joke a few joke questions, which they did, and I'm not surprised, because people who know me and are friends with me seem to be just that type of people. But hey, so am I. Anyway, so let's see. We've got, Alright, so the first question I got, hopefully these people don't mind me saying their names because they didn't tell me if they cared or not, but we'll just go with no names for the first episode, and for the future, if they ever ask questions, just let me know if you want your name in there. How about that? The first question is, do you know the Muffin Dude? I do not know the Muffin Dude. Sorry about that. Anyway, next one here. Favorite Bath and Body Works scent? I've never been there, actually, surprisingly. Is that surprising that I've never been to Bath and Body Works? Why? I mean, I know the name explains it all, but why would you go there? I don't own a bath. I mean, I have everything I need at work there, and my body's pretty, you know, deteriorating on its own. I mean, I think it's got that taken care of. I don't think it needs any help. Dumb jokes. Okay, what's your first near-death experience? I don't remember my first. I mean, I was almost ran over, like, by a tractor when I was a kid. How's my hair, by the way? Is it good? hair break. Just kidding. No, not kidding. Why would that? Why don't say just kidding? I wanted to check my hair. There's nothing wrong with that. Vanity's fine, right? Anyway, the first time I think I almost got hit by a tractor once when I was a kid. The one that really sticks out to me the most was, let's see. I used to work in a haunted house, which is a whole story on its own. But we used to have these gallows there. Long story short, I almost died from my neck snapping from a thing that's designed to snap your neck. But long story long, it was designed to it's supposed to like it has you wear a harness, and the harness is attached to a steel cable that's hidden behind the rope that looks like the thing you're gonna get hanged, whatever the correct grammar is. But many years has gone by without it really being maintainized, and the noose part that was supposed to be not attached anymore had been lost. So they just took the part that was attached to the top and said, "We'll just loosely throw it over your neck, just loosely." But we won't actually. It comes down here on one side of the shoulder, and we'll just drape it over the next shoulder. So it's really not even doing anything. But when I was up there, the person, during the act, like, gave it an extra little zhizhin and gave it a little whippity whap around my neck, just a little bit, enough to where when I dropped, the rope just, zipped really quickly and burnt my neck, and, like, I didn't feel any pull, but who knows how tight it could have or needed to be to just snap my neck. I mean, who fucking knows? So that was one time I remember being, like, pretty... Afterwards, I was like, well, that was crazy. Like, I remember them running up after the stage lights went down, because we had some lights, pointing at us for the whole, audience to see. We were doing this outside of the haunted house where the entire line could see us, So there's, like, I'd say 150 people watching this, if not more. And once the lights went down, someone finally was like, "Oh shit, go get Newt," and they freaked out and went and got me down, and I was like, that was crazy. But then afterwards, like 20 minutes later, I was like, oh shit, like, I guess the adrenaline, like, wore off, and I realized how close I could have goofed and fucked myself. But yeah, it wasn't my fault. They should have had it more safe, okay? Anyway, let's see the next question. How is your relationship with your parents? That's a real long... I mean, who can answer that question in a quick little answer? You know what? Me. They're great. Favorite setting to take photos in, or event, I guess. So, like, carnival, woods. I liked how they said carnival. I've never taken photos at a carnival. I'd like to. I've always seen those photos, and they're pretty cool with the nice background, colorful thing. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, the person who asked this question, we went to the state fair and took exactly those types of photos. So if you're meaning like that type, same thing. Yes, that's basically a carnival. That was fun. That day was cool. We went there, and I was able to show them around. They're from a kind of a lesser populated area of the city, so bringing them straight to the state fair and having them kind of like, wow, there's a lot of people, was fun. And then also just being able to do street photography in that super dense area was really challenging. I didn't expect that. I was going to try to take a few photos, and I got a few, like, cool ones that I never shared anywhere ever. But they were cool. And it was a good challenge to be able to, like, oh, I see something, but there's 180 people in front of me or 400 people around me, and I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do to get over there, or something just happens like right here next to you, and you have to like and take a picture of it really quick, you know. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I like my studio. I shoot a lot of stuff here at the house, and it's really fun. Mainly because there's no mosquitoes, no heat. We can just chill and take our time. But other than that, I mean, any place that's really like I'm kind of prepared for seems to be my favorite. Anything that I'm willing and able to do something on the fly and more like guerrilla shooting almost, but the potential of that going wrong is higher. I mean, I've had those shoots go well and amazing, and they look awesome, but then I've had other ones where you're just like, wow, this did not throw together at all. Anyway, let's see. You used to work at a haunted house? Okay. What was your job there, and what did you? What was the community like there? So it was very different over. I mean, I've been there. 2020. If Corona wasn't changing everything, and if I was able to go back to working there, which I wasn't, but I'm gonna still go out as a customer if I can. Would have been my 17th year. So I mean, I did all sorts of stuff there. I did. I mean, back in the day, the haunted house was designed to be more theatrical. So you'd go into one room and stop, and then they do an act for you, and then that was kind of you'd go to the next room and they would do another act, and you would just do that for the whole house. And now it's more of a traditional walkthrough. But before it was the theatrical thing, I did all the acting pretty much in every room. I mean, it changed a lot during the years, but I worked in every room. And the community was great. We were really like family oriented almost. It was ran by the Boy Scouts back in the day, and that made it a little bit more family friendly. But no buts, but new owners have gotten it now, and it's more not adult. I'm just saying there's like not 12-year-olds out there anymore. They're like 19. You know, they're not children. But my favorite thing back, I mean, through the whole time was what we would call roaming, which is the people who are able to go outside of the haunted house and mess with the people out in the lines. Because I'm just a huge fan of improv and being able to talk. And as you can see, I'm making a podcast where I'm talking a lot. So, you know, you can tell I like to talk. But I'm able to like come up with comedic things to say and mess with people and fuck with them and stuff like that. And my theory at the haunted house was always if I couldn't scare you, I was going to entertain you or at least make you laugh or confuse you. If I could confuse you, then you're thinking that didn't make any sense and you're not prepared for what's about to hit you by someone who's actually trying to scare you, you know? So like all of those, you know, I think were a good thing to try to obtain at the haunted house. And the community was fun. I mean, it's definitely the oddballs. It seems to be the place where the people who go who are like, I don't know where else to work during a seasonal October I mean, honestly, anyone who goes to like be covered in blood and fuck with people for 6 hours a night on weekends is not someone who you're probably gonna go to Michael's and shop for glitter. I don't know. I feel like haunted house people like glitter. I know for a fact they do. I know stories where they would do glitter bombs out there years ago before that became popular, and it was fucking horrible. Anyway, so I guess hopefully that answers your question. When you're putting on your shoes, which shoe do you put on first? I don't know if I've ever paid attention to that. I think maybe my left. And tell us about your near-death experience. That was another question there. I guess another one, I'm trying to think. I mean, I've gotten stitches and stuff, so I don't know, loss of blood maybe, but those aren't really near-death. I mean, I've gotten in a car wreck. Someone, like, rear-ended me super hard, and I was able to get out of the way. I mean, stuff like that. I have more, and for whatever reason, of course, now I'm thinking about it. I can't think about it. But you know what? This leaves room for more in the future. So, perfect. I think this is a good time to end. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to make this episode super long. I want to use this as kind of a test to see if anyone's interested in actually watching. Let me know if you watched the whole thing. If there's anything you want to know. Anything you think I should improve on. How about this? Should I talk about topics, maybe news things. Do you want to know more about my photography stuff? Do you want to be on this podcast? Do you want to be interviewed? Let's talk. All right. We have to end this podcast on something that's usually an accident. So I'm just going to oh shit. Jesus fucking, I'm sorry. That's a pretty good ending, right? Oh no!